Alright everybody, so today is another 0 day hanging out with Miss Bird Dog and Max. There's Maxie Doo, there's Miss B, and we thought we would be somewhat useful and do a little video today of how to hang a bear bag PCT style. So some of the first things you need obviously is a food bag. You need to find a limb of appropriate height. That one right there should work fine. You need a carabiner, a piece of line to hang the bear bag with, and then either a rock sack or a little bag to put a rock in to weight your line enough to chuck it up over the limb. So that's the goal of this video. I'm going to let Miss Bird Dog video the process. So you take your rocks, you put them in your rock sack. This particular rock sack is from Z-Packs. It's part of their bear bag hanging kit. Comes with the food bag, the rock sack, and the cordage to hang it with. So then you just give this thing a chuck over the limb. Down it comes. And you unhook your rock sack, lay it aside, and then you're going to hook your bear bag, your food bag, to the cord, and then you're also going to hook your free running piece of cord in through the carabiner as well. And then you pull your bear bag all the way up to the limb, and then you reach up as high as you can, and you put a clove hitch on the line like so. And then at this point you can use a stick that you pick up off the trail, or I use a little tent pole repair piece, a little piece of aluminum, and you just slide it in there and you let the clove hitch close on that. So then as you start lowering the bag, that stick catches in your carabiner and keeps your bag off the ground, high enough to where a bear can't get to it, and low enough to where if a bear's on that limb, it can't get to it as well. So that's it. That's the simple way of hanging a bear bag PCT style. Hey kids, this is Jeff, and I'm making this video because my sister, your teacher, Miss Barnett, has asked me to answer a bunch of questions you sent me. And first off, I want to thank all you guys for taking time to be interested enough to follow along and to write these questions down. So I'm going to have my trusty attendants, my wife Tammy, our dog Max, to help me answer your questions. So here we go.
Have you seen any cool animals?
Oh boy, that's a good one. Probably the coolest animals I've seen on the trail are other humans. We are animals as well, right? And I have seen some very interesting and cool human animals on the trail. Other than that, I have only seen a bunch of squirrels. I haven't seen any bear or any deer or any turkeys or anything like that, but I'm about to start into the Smoky Mountains, so maybe that'll all change.
Do you get lonely?
I do, of course you do. You miss your family. Obviously I miss my wife and my pup, and all your normal daily activities and family and friends. But honestly, when you're walking 8 or 10 hours a day, by the time you get to camp and you get your camp set up, you're pretty much beat, so you kind of just go to bed. But loneliness is definitely something that people do have to contend with and overcome on the trail.
Do you eat a lot?
I eat a bunch. I do eat a bunch. Again, in walking that many miles a day, your body's going to burn a lot of calories, so you have to eat a lot of calories to replenish that and to not get weak and eventually sick on the trail if you don't eat enough. So one of the daily goals among, besides walking, is also remembering to keep your nutrition up and pretty much eat as much as you can.
Let's talk about inspiration. What inspired you to go on this long trip?
I actually just grew up being in love with the woods and hunting and fishing and hiking. I don't think I have a really deep rooted philosophical reason that I wanted to do this trip, other than I just wanted to see if I am actually tough enough to finish what I start. So it's just a goal of mine, I guess, to test myself on the trail, not only emotionally but physically as well, to see if I'm up to the task of completing this adventure.
How do you walk so long?
You are steady. You just be steady, and you start early, and you walk and walk and walk and walk, and then when you've done all that, you walk some more. But the key is, I think, is to know your pace, stay in your pace so you don't tire yourself out too quickly, and just be steady. It's almost like the tortoise and the hare. It's better to go slow or slower and steady rather than too fast too soon and get yourself burned out. So, and it's something that your body adapts to over time as well. Every day you get stronger, and the next day you walk better and further.
Do you ever get blisters or even splinters?
I can't say I've had any splinters, but I have had a couple blisters, and that is a big problem with people on the trail. In fact, some people actually have to quit the trail because their feet get so badly blistered. So ideally, as soon as your foot starts getting a hot spot, uh, being a place that you think might turn into a blister, you need to stop and take care of that, whether it's bandage it or put some tape on it or something to cut down on that friction so you don't actually develop a blister. In my first 165 miles, I have actually only had one blister, and I've taken care of it very well, and it's nearly healed. So I've been pretty fortunate.
Do you have anybody to travel with?
I started the trail by myself, but along the way, I've probably came across 200 or 250 other hikers, and I can't say I'm traveling with them, but you are constantly seeing people on the trail. And at night in camp, there's usually someone else around, and often you have to stay in the shelters that are on the trail, and the shelters definitely have other people camping there. So I usually walk by myself, but I do have other people around almost constantly.
That was it.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks guys for sending those questions, and you guys keep doing what Miss Barnett tells you to do, and you will be very successful in your school year. Thanks for watching, and maybe we'll do another question and answer some other time. Bye now.
Bye.